Hello everyone, 𝐆🐽 here with another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as a USF player, I have no idea. Spawn on the north side as the 𝐍𝐹𝐾 player, we have FanaticallyFuriousFuhrer, or FFF. FFF. We do have immediate doctrine lock-in of, actually it's the IR Pathfinders. I heard the Pathfinders, but it's actually recon support. Going for both, going for riflemen, not going for the IR Pathfinders just yet. So we've got the riflemen. We'll go ahead and engage these pioneers. Only slightly caught out with repair, or not repairing, building. And we do got some second squad of pioneers actually going for no tier 1, going probably straight for Panzergrenadiers. And I keep on hitting my microphone. Whoops. Need to fix that. There we go, and I hit it again. Great. So let's see, he has one Panzergrenadier bulletin, so this conscript bolt, the Grenadier conscript bulletin will not be useful. Let's go for 𝐍𝐹𝐾. We could see German infantry. 5-man pioneers with flamethrowers is pretty powerful. We could potentially see Jaeger infantry and go for specialized Panzergrenadiers, maybe. And we do have the riflemen now engaging the pioneer squad over here. Pioneers do not stand a chance whatsoever versus pioneers at any point in time. And those pioneers just need to fall on back. MG42 set up right here. Unusual thing, him going for over here first rather than going over here. There's a lot of buildings here for usage for the MG42s. Fuel point is secured up by the 𝐍𝐹𝐾 player. This pioneer is capturing up this munitions point, and the MG42 is trying to reset up in order to gauge the rear echelons.
The territory is out of contact.
Oh, we may see grenade research. Do we see grenade research yet? No, we don't. We do have our first beacon coming on down. It is a cutoff point, so even securing up this fuel point won't yield any resources. And they're currently stealthed out. So not capturing does spot them there. It looks like it was an attack move, but he will be able to circle around no problem. Very good flanking maneuvers. And we also have this MG42 being outflanked. The problem with the Pioneer opening, they have no chance versus USF. The riflemen are just way too potent against the Pioneers, and they're way too mobile against the MG42s. They have to sit down and set up, and the Pioneers can't exactly guard their flanks when they do get flanked. We have some Panzergrenadiers coming on out, and we also have doctrine lock-in for Jaeger infantry, so we may see dual upgraded Panzergrenadiers. Riflemen in this building here, they do have access to bundle grenades as well as sprint. Looks like they will go ahead and pop up in that building. The Pioneers do have sprint now as well with the ambush camouflage. So they could potentially do some funny things with sprinting with a flamethrower. Rifleman's still in this building. He will need a flamethrower in order to clear out that building, so he's going to request a lot of munition sinks for his units. No upgrades on this unit just yet. We do have an ambulance coming out for the USF player. Oh, we also have a 50 cal right here. It does force back the Panzer Grenadiers. Lieutenant looks like it's suppressed by the 2 MG42s. And we have the rear echelon squad over here. This is a wounded pioneer, so we won't be able to secure all too much.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
No upgrades on top of this Panzer Grenadier just yet. Panzer Grenadier is going ahead to capture up these points. He needs to deal with some of this building. And looks like he's actually popped on out, eyeing for this cutoff point. Very nice. In fact, if you could put this 50 cal in there, he'd be a very potent position. Looks like he's actually going to just try to set it up, lock down this cutoff point. He has captured up all 3 of these points, but it means nothing if it's not in a supply. You have a left mechanized company, perhaps for 222, perhaps maybe for flame half-track, or even just regular half-track to carry his units across all the MGs. There is the medics there. Hasn't made a move to secure this cutoff point. He's not getting any sort of resources. He's calling in, looks like, a decoy barrage in the area. Based on his movement, he probably has a good idea that it was a decoy barrage. Plus, it's a very tight barrage, so these MG42s will have no issue dissuading these units. There's a rifleman squad right here, as well as the another Pioneer and Panzer Grenadier. No upgrade on this Panzer Grenadier just yet, nor on this squad. And he used deployed a monitor, which actually exposed him. The monitors are self-constructing, so you just don't need to tap it and put it on the ground. You do have a 222 out on the field. With Lieutenant attack, he is going for a captain, not going for the, or maybe already researched it. He actually has already researched it. He doesn't need to go captain in order to go for major, so it looks like he's going for an AT gun. He can get a Stuart. Panzer Grenadier is a bit surrounded. He cuts it off. He could just retreat it, but that's actually not a cutoff point. He needs to decapture this point as well in order for an actual cutoff. No, it's actually cut off. Never mind. I had to take a closer look. Pack 40 out on the field, ready for any vehicles, but there are none. Unless he takes the Pack 40 into the opponent's base. We'll go ahead and spot that MG42 so he knows exactly where it is. Perhaps he should reposition it with perhaps light cover as well. Pioneers actually in this building be a great booting for the MG42, but perhaps something a bit more defensive to undercover this cutoff point that's been decaptured multiple times would be also good. Is that Veteran C1, but decides to retreat bound back before any sort of airstrike. He does call in, actually calls in the artillery. It drops very quickly and quickly wipes out that MG that almost runs his 222 into it, which does snare engines as well. Honestly, that artillery drops a little bit too quickly. It drops like almost instantly. Not sure how it's firing on the HQ. There's nothing in the area. Perhaps that 50 cal stray bullet went over there. This point is still not being captured on up. He needs to take this The 50 cal is set on up. He could potentially draw its fire up here. Or down this direction as well. Oh, nope. He's going straight into it. Does put a good flamer burst into it. Lieutenant is firing into the Pioneer. One more flamer burst. Nope, doesn't get the wipe. But the 222 does get the wipe. Ooh, great damage from the Panzergrenadiers. And these guys are at relatively close range, so the scoped rifle will have been an issue. And it looks like the what's called the M1 AT gun will go ahead and get decrewed as well. Oh, he may lose that squad. Greyhound is hunting for it, but this line of sight blocker may save it. He needs perhaps push. I would say it's better to lose the 222 than lose the Panzergrenadier. We do have the Jaeger Commander out. He could go ahead and capture that MG. He also needs to station a MG behind those sandbags, because that point's been decrewed too many times. It looks like he does pick up the 50 cal. A good position for it right there. Oh, it looks like he actually put the 50 cal MG42 inside this building, which will just barely cover that gun, but he will be able to recapture it and pull it away in time. Panzergrenadier forced on back. Pack 40 lining up a shot. Does roll a miss.
We have been assigned fresh Panzergrenadiers. The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
MG42 is just going to receive quite a bit of fire from all directions. Will go and suppress the captain. Needs to read and does get a grenade off. And escapes while the grenade detonates and just decides to retreat on back. There's just way too much firepower around him. The 222 is almost fully repaired up.
Our opponents are seizing the sector.
The Greyhound's going to go ahead and engage the 222. Does roll a miss, however. Pack 4 is staying right there on the cover of the HMG. Overall, this game can still go either way. The tickets are heavily in favor of the Allied player. The Axis player still only has Battle Phase 1. Has enough fuel for Battle Phase 2. The US player has plenty of fuel for the Major. Oh, looks like the Pioneer Flamethrower will ward away the captain. And looks like we've got some artillery coming in. I hear the guns coming down, the bullets, the shots. Those wipe out the weapon team. Nice rear armor shots right there. That was not a bundle grenade. Not really needed, but will get the squad wipe. I would assume he was going to retreat back as soon as that gets thrown, but guess not.
Squad, ready to move.
Second AT gun does come out for the US player. The Major is on the build queue. And we do not see a battle phase 2 just yet. He could go for either battle phase 2 or for battle phase 3. Against 2 AT guns that can kill a Panzer IV within less than 5 seconds upon the first shot. So perhaps maybe going for a tier 3 or tier 4 would be better. Oh. Wait. Oh, the symbol was behind this. I was like, wait, did that actually... That looked like it was nowhere near a wipe, but the symbol was actually behind this. Actually, we'll go ahead and get warded away.
We are losing a sector.
Ooh, incendiary rounds does come on out. The Greyhound has to be very careful around the incendiary rounds. Oh, we'll get one burst into the Greyhound. Could go ahead and retreat. Oh, danger of getting wiped right now. Will get wiped. And what is the 222 doing? They had no health. They had no reason, business of going forward. There is an M8 Scott coming on out, so the M8 Greyhound and the M8 Scott are on the field. Against the Scott, he probably does not want to get another pack. One pack would be more than plenty. There is this 50 cal here, and it looks like we've got... I don't hear any rounds. Oh, it's the cluster bombs. He crews both of those weapons. I thought it was actually going to be the IR Pathfinders, but it's actually the cluster bombs. While both of those weapons can still be re-secured, losing them is a bit of a loss. We haven't seen any G43s on these units, or camouflage. So I'm not even sure why he went for this doctrine. He's only made users of the Jaeger Command Squad, which is okay, but not super great.
Our industry grows to support us. The enemy is taking our territory.
Going for the sprint, eyeing for a Panzerfaust, but that's what I thought was going to happen. Lose that squad unnecessarily. He's already lost these 2 support weapons, which he has recruited, but still. Actually canceled the Scott. He went ahead and went for a Sherman tank, which is probably generally a better idea. His opponent has no armor just yet. He is actually attacking up to the support armor core. He can go either for a Panzer IV or for a Stug. He knows exactly what doctrine he's fighting, so he doesn't need to worry about heavy tanks. And so perhaps Panzer IVs would be a bit better than Stugs. Stugs are cheap though. Ooh, AT rounds are engaging. Where's that Pack 40? Way back over here. Can be brought forward. Looks like now being rerouted. Does roll a miss, however. Looks like he is going for a Stug, going for a cheaper option. While he's trying to outproduce the vehicle production, he's not concerned about pushing his vehicles, he's more concerned about killing his opponent's vehicles. Saw a rear echelon squad there, but he doesn't really need it. He has a quite variety of units, honestly. He could go for a 50 cal to help him lock down some territory. Major already has been called on in. He's actually moving units in before because he didn't hear the shots. Oh, just barely missed it. Walked right through the barrage. Pack 40 does get the crew, which is very problematic, though the Stug has been built. The Pioneer can go down. He can't be losing the Pioneer if he loses the Pioneer.
Infantry squad has been killed.
This Pioneer can go ahead and recapture that pack gun. Greyhound is moving on forward. Stug is moving on forward. The Sherman tank is coming in to support. Still equipped with HE rounds. One penetrating shot there. Two penetrating shots. No snares in the area. Must have been by AT gun or something. Yeah, here's an AT gun. Oops. Hit the microphone once again. Doing a bad job of that today. It says force fire the Pack 40. Does kill it. These two machine guns will suppress that lieutenant no problem. Does throw a frag grenade. Walks straight into the frag grenade.
New anti-tank gun has arrived.
Replacement Pack 40 has been rebuilt. He could have actually got a second Stug. He does have fuel. Maybe an Ostwind would be a good idea. Against these M1 AT guns, that still can be dead in less than 5 seconds. You may actually see it right here. He only needs 3 hits. Oh, heard a grenade or something. Looks like he lost his... I'm not sure what unit he actually lost. He does see the 2 AT guns there. Just in range of one of them as well. Panzer Grenadier will most likely get wiped by the Greyhound. Yes, it does.
We have lost a squad.
And that was the Vet 3 one. Big loss. Oh, I think it was... You got the light artillery actually being brought in. The unit went down was the IR Pathfinders. Stug's starting to make his way forward. 1 AP round does connect with the Stug 3. Oh. How quickly can this squad get wiped? Oh, he gets out just, or back in just in time. Best not to put the 50 cal into that building.
Light artillery barrage ready to launch.
One penetrating hit on top of the Greyhound. Honestly, a low value target, but it has been quite good this entire game. But there's still plenty of fuel for the austere player. Panzer IV may be his best option. Oh, does use a rifle grenade there, or nope. Decides to cancel it, which is a good idea because it's retreated. Oh, looks like we got an airborne squad called on in, which means there's a pack howitzer right there. This is the support airborne squad, which can be upgraded with either bazookas and not Thompsons. Additionally, I think it can also lay down landmines. Grenadiers can wipe out the Major no problem if forgotten about, but their Greyhound is in the area. At Vet 3, it will be a very mobile asset. Does get a kill right there. Stug and Pack 4 is set on up, rolls a miss. Stug and Panzer and Sherman take engaging at close range. No Panzer Shreks. This squad is getting very low in health. Once again, Regiment going to this point and decapturing it. He actually used raid. Light vehicles can decapture and capture territories. That's what actually decaptured at this point. It's both light vehicles can rapidly capture points, increase sight line with infantry. Do have Oswin on the build queue. I would say the Panzer IV would be a better option. His opponent can forward another Sherman, though we'll be approaching... Nope, he has all the stuff is reinforced, so it doesn't have to worry about pop cap either. I wonder what that major recon saw. Let's get some camouflage on the MG42. He probably has it as well for the 50 cal. No, he does not. Can upgrade it.
Are securing our territory. 𝐍𝐹𝐾𝐰𝐾 has arrived. We are losing a sector. The sector has been cut off.
You got the airborne paratroopers. They actually don't really need a weapon upgrade to be effective if you're running low on munitions. Oh, but they're getting ripped apart by the Ostwind. They actually in danger of getting wiped. All these vehicles are making their way over here. The MG42 will go and retreat on out. That MG will go ahead and retreat as well. Pack 40 and Stug over here not being properly used. And the building collapsed, killing off the major. And the paratroopers were wiped as well. Two good victories, but his opponent still can bring in a lot of vehicles right now. Looks like he's going to barrage the base here. He will be picking some damage into that bunker.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Second Sherman is on the build queue. I believe he just is a little bit short for a third Sherman as well. He's what, 340 manpower? Those units are not going to last very long. Yep, 340 manpower. And the Jaeger command squad may have been forgotten about. That shot could hit it. No, it does not. Stug now moving on forward. He does have a second Stug out now. You also have the 50 cal. Needs to be set up, but capturing that point. These AT guns would become very problematic to these Stugs. They can deal so much damage so quickly. Ooh, and now they're barraging this base. He actually killed a medic, I think? Nope, the medics are still all alive. Let's roll a miss right there. Does have the AP rounds equipped. With both the Stugs are moving in to gauge the Sherman tank, I think got caught wind of what's happening. One penetrating shot there. And both of these Stugs are going way too far forward and could get circled around. 1, 2 hits, and boom, both AT guns quickly killed off that one Stug. Rolls Missed there. Their Sherman tank is moving on forward. You got the, oh, he may stun his own vehicle. He does. But the AT guns take out the other Stug. Those AT guns just rip apart Stugs, no problem. And that looks like the end of the replay. I'm guessing the Axis player surrendered because he lost both his Stugs. This is 𝐍𝐺on saying thank you for watching and signing off.